4 years ago, we hatched out a pretty special duck. Her name was Amelia. And she is our one flying duck. All the Muscovies can definitely fly, so we clip one of their wings on all of them, and so they don't fly, but we've allowed her to fly around the yard, and she always comes back. So we have a lot of fun with her, but this is Amelia. So last night, Amelia went, disappeared on us. Is she in here? No. She's been broody, and she's been sitting in this one because there's all her feathers right down in there where all these chickens are wanting to lay. She's even, I think, pulling off feathers in other boxes. And Becky and I both walked around last night all over the farm to try to figure out where she was at. It was foggy last night, so she might not have been able to find her way back, but we couldn't figure out where she's at. So now during the day, we'll have to see if we have any sign of her. Usually as soon as the morning starts, she comes out, goes over by the roosters, but she's not there today, so she didn't come back.
We were looking down by the ducks, by the pond, and there was an owl on one of their posts on their fence, just waiting for those ducks to come out. So I'm thinking that something got her, and we have to really watch our ducks now.
Normally we let our ducks out on the pond, but we had an owl. This is where Becky said she saw an owl somewhere.
Right on that last post there.
So we don't want the owl sitting there and getting them at night, so we're closing them in. They're gonna be able to come outside their house during the day, but we don't want them going in and out of the pond all night and having an owl sitting there and taking them out one by one. What'd you get?
An egg.
Supposed to be laying those eggs in the coop, but sometimes during the day one of them lays it out there on the pond. Squeakers is good at laying one in here every day. We have an automatic feeder, but we just use this to hold feed down here. We try not to feed them during the day, but now we're keeping them in, so we try to use feed as an incentive to get them in at night. Some people have asked us, how do you get them to come in off the pond at night? Because they could just stay out there, and they used to. But now we just feed them at night, and so they'll come running in at night. Still got to find Amelia, though. Poor Manny. He got in a fight with somebody. He has a half broken spur down there. Looks like he's got some blood on his face. Wonder who he got in a fight with. Where's the other roosters? The Phoenix looks clean. Shammy's coming out of the back. So there's Manny's spur. So one pretty much broke right in the middle on this side. So we're gonna clean it up, and I'll have to think about cutting this one back a little bit, but I'm gonna wait on that. But we'll get this one cleaned up at least. It's kind of like a fingernail, so if you think about cutting yours too short, there's blood back under there, so that's why it's somehow broke off. We don't know. That's crazy. It's about half the size now. Half the size now of the other one. There's Johnny. Now today's video is actually sponsored by Eufy Security, by Anchor. We were trying to figure out what kind of video to make with this security camera, and we absolutely need it now because we need to watch what kind of predators are coming around our animals. And so we need this wireless solar camera to be able to see what's going on in different parts of the farm. So we're gonna open it up, and then I'm gonna install it down by the duck coop. We've got this 4G wireless camera, this solar panel to keep it charged up, and this AT&T SIM card. Let's get it set up. So Becky saw an owl last night when she came out and did the chores right over on this pole. So we're gonna take this Eufy security camera and this solar panel install it right here looking out to see what we see over the next night or two, and then we'll move it around to a couple other spots on the farm trying to figure out what happened to Amelia. So all right, so now we've got our security camera set up so we can keep an eye on these ducks while we're trying to figure out what happened to Amelia. Alright, so I'm filming here at night. Oh, you can even hear my voice on there. Alright, they're all safe and sound in bed. There it goes. It's got the light on. And the light is on this Eufy camera. And that way it can see colors, and this is awesome. It catches motion of these ducks all throughout the day and night, and if any predators or anything else comes around, it'll catch it here on camera. The Eufy 4G Starlight camera has high definition color night vision. It works with the 4G network, has solar charging, and it's completely wireless. And this is as bright as I can get it out here at night, thanks to the moon shining for me. Can't really see the coop at all. If I turn my headlamp on, I can see a little bit out here. Come on guys, let's go to bed. But I wouldn't see this with my normal camera. And as soon as I get notified on my phone that there's some kind of motion down at the duck coop, I can just click on the video and see what's going on down there. Right now it's me, but if any kind of predator is around the coop, I'll be able to see it as it happens and be able to respond down to it. That's pretty cool. All right, well you can see that we've moved the Eufy camera over here by the chicken coop because we want to see, this is where Amelia would come in and out throughout the day. She'd start here and she'd end up back here. And we want to see if there's any predators around here. And so just to see if something is walking around, we're going to put some tuna out here. So I was hoping we'd be able to catch somebody on this camera, and we had some food out here over the last couple nights. And then I'd come over and check it and it was gone, and I looked through the camera and there was nobody that got it. And then I looked right when we came out and I saw that Joey went over and got some tuna and got some eggs, and so we weren't able to catch any predators on the camera, but I think it's pretty cool to have a completely wireless setup so that we're able to watch over our birds a little better. We're probably going to add some more of these around the farm so we can have a good look at what's going on at all times. So I appreciate Eufy for sponsoring today's video with this camera, with this solar charger, and if you're interested in checking that out, there'll be a link to it down in our description.
Hey Bamboo, how's it going? Got some grass hanging on your mouth. You a farmer.
So we're trying to take a little bit of a walk, figure out what happened to Amelia. We're out here by the aviary. This is right back by our wooded creek area, and we've walked all along the border. We walked through the middle of the property and we can't find any signs of anything, and we've had all of our guineas have been taken out by hawks here in the back. We've seen a hawk attack one even as we were coming back a few months ago, and we want to check back in this woods to see if Amelia was brought back here somehow and try to figure out what happened. Lots of little fish swimming all through the creek.
So we don't know what happened to Amelia. My theory is that she flew off somewhere and a predator took advantage of it and snuck off with her, because there's no sign of her at all, no feathers, nothing. So I think they drug her off back to their den, a fox or coyote, something like that. But I don't think she flew off. I think she was just out wandering around and she got taken out by something she wasn't expecting. So we hatched her out 4 years ago from eggs that a viewer sent us from Texas. She was very unique. She was the only one that would fly around and come back to her coop after that, every single night.
And we've had a lot of people that have asked us to get her a mate. And if you used to watch our channel or look at any of our old videos, we had a bunch of Muscovies at our old place at our rental property, and we had a male and quite a few Muscovy females. And even with having a mate, she wouldn't stick around.
Isn't that scary? Yeah, she can fall on you any second, Eli.
And so we had a mate for her. We had a male Muscovy, and she would still go off during the day. And then we moved to our current farm. We got rid of all of our Muscovies except for her because she was really special to us. And then when we moved them all down to the pond, we moved her with them, and she flew back to the chicken coop. So she really wanted nothing to do with the other ducks. So I'm sure I'll get some people that will say, hey, if you had a partner for her, here you go, bud. She would have stuck around. Maybe she flew off to go find a mate or something like that. We've had her around a bunch of other males and another Muscovy male, and she still didn't want to stick around.
Deer tracks. That's exciting.
What'd you catch?
A bullfrog.
Ooh. What color do I get?
Passion fruit or berry pineapple.
Passion fruit. Okay, eat some.
They're break. Oh.
So Amelia was a pretty awesome duck. I have these pictures of her on my phone, and just 5 feet over here. And this was from a day before she went missing. I filmed her drinking from the water bowl. I can't believe she's gone. Certainly always the risk with free ranging. It's a bird that can fly. Of course I could have caught her and trimmed her wings and kept her in one spot. And right here in the coop, I used to see her usually sitting right towards the end down here, and that's where I'd always see her when I'd come in here at night and collect eggs. She'd sit in any of these nesting boxes, but this was the last one that she sat in and was broody in, and look, even has her feathers still in it. She'd pulled all of them so she could start to sit on eggs. So it's really disappointing to not have any closure on what happened to her. Usually when a predator attacks anywhere else on the farm, we have some type of evidence that's left. We have a couple positives to take from this. One is that we have great memories from her. She was a great duck for us, but we have some other ducks. They won't take her place, but they help ease it a little bit. We had some new hookbills hatch out yesterday, and now they're ready to go to the brooder we have in the quail barn and meet some other ducks. So while they're not a Muscovy duck, these are still pretty cute, and it helps a little bit. So this was our first hookbill to hatch out this year. You can already see the bill after about 3 weeks, and that's a trait that we're trying to keep improving as we have some hookbills, and some of them have pretty good curves, some of them don't, but that's one that we want to continue to develop as we breed these guys in future generations. Now we have a couple that just hatched earlier this week. This one is the one from about 3 weeks ago. This one's just earlier this week. The size is obviously big difference, but then also you can tell the beak isn't very defined yet until they get to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and older. So Eli and I have the ones that just hatched. You can see how tiny they are compared to the other ones. But they are ready to get out into the brooder, enjoy some food and drink, maybe just in a few days because of how warm it is, we'll be able to get these guys outside. So this is our one mandarin that hatched out in our incubator. We've had a few others that have started to hatch or almost hatched, and this is the only one that's survived so far. This one's our oldest duck this year. It's about a month old, or maybe just a little bit more. It's smaller than our hookbill. Even though it's maybe a week or two older, we're still waiting on the other mandarins to hatch that are, the mandarin females are sitting on duck eggs in both of the mandarin coops. So we're waiting on that, but we're really glad we had this mandarin hatch so far. So we're gonna miss you, Amelia, but we're excited for the next generation of ducks on the farm. Hang on, you'll get your turn.